Well, happy Friday, everyone. Today I'm gonna do the third and final cocktail out of Shaker and Spoon's Steeped in Vodka 2 box called Dragon Tears. And this is actually a riff on an old fashioned. It's gonna substitute whiskey for vodka, which means we can incorporate a lot more elements into our mixing flavors rather than rely on the flavor of the whiskey. So enough talk about it. Let's actually get this thing started. Since we don't have a whiskey with complex and nuanced flavors, we need to add those to the vodka ourselves. So we're gonna start off by infusing our vodka with some tea. In this case, we're using Revolution's Dragon Eye Oolong Tea. We're gonna let that steep in the vodka for about 30 minutes before we start composing our drink. We're gonna go ahead and measure this out by weight rather than volume. Since we're doing kind of a large batch, it's just a little bit simpler to deal with rather than 8 jiggers of vodka. You'll see that when I zero out my scale and add 1 ounce of vodka, or 1 jigger, it comes out right at 1 ounce. So 1 ounce of vodka by volume is equivalent to 1 ounce of vodka by weight. So I can just go ahead and add 8.5 ounces of my vodka to my mason jar, seal it off, and store it for later. So I understand the hesitancy, I'm thirsty, I want a drink, but trust me, give it 30 minutes, let these flavors develop, and then the rewards are gonna be astronomical. My vodka has been infusing for a little over 30 minutes now, and it's taken on this really pretty golden color. If you are serving this to friends and you want to taste it without putting the spoon directly into your mouth, a little trick you can do is hold your palm upside down, drop it on the top of your hand, and give it a little taste. Gives you just as much flavor, but you're not putting your spoon in your mouth that you're gonna make drinks with. So it all depends on what you're doing, who you're making it for. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into a smaller container that I can store this in. Wide mouth jars are great for infusing, but they don't really allow me to pour very easily. So putting it into just a standard bottle allows me the ability to pour into a cup much simpler than using a wide mouth jar. This cocktail is going to be built directly in the glass. There's no shaker needed. So I've got just a single rocks glass with a large form ice sitting in it. And then I'm going to add 2 ounces of our Tea Infused Vodka. I'm going to add 1/8 of an ounce of pepper cake syrup provided by Shaker and Spoon. Now, since my jigger only goes 1 ounce and 1/2 ounce, I'm not really sure how to measure 1/8 of an ounce, so I'm just gonna use my bar spoon. And then we'll add 2 dashes of our Chaiwala and Lemon Bitters blend. And finally, what will give this drink its name, the Dragon Tears, is a bit of fire. Light a match, or if you have one, use a blowtorch, and spritz lemon oil about 2 inches away from the flame, and we'll give you a beautiful ignition. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. This really helps out the YouTube algorithm and makes sure that this video gets distributed to as many people as possible. If you want to be a true rock star, leave a comment more than 4 words and share this video on your social media feeds. If you're not going to do it for me, do it for this clearly starving puppy. And there we have it, the Dragon's Tears. Cheers. There is an element of this that I was not expecting. So I don't know what is in this cake pepper syrup, but whatever it is giving it both a sweetness and a umami-ness that is just beautiful, beautiful on the palate. I'm getting the citrus elements from the chai lemon bitters as well as that lemon oil, and that flaming it is not just for show. There is a smoky element to this that would not be present without it otherwise. So while it's beautiful presentation when you're serving to your friends and family, it's also a wonderful flavor component that would be lacking without. My mother makes lemon bars at Christmas time, and this very much reminds me of those. One of the things that I'll do to tone down the sweetness a little bit is add a little bit of salt, and that cake pepper syrup, while not giving me a saltiness, is definitely giving me that savoriness. And this reminds me a lot of my mom's lemon bars. So cheers to you, Mom. This is a fantastic cocktail, not what I was expecting at all. It takes the traditional old fashioned and gives it a whole new level of complexity and flavor out of vodka and tea instead of whiskey. This is a great beverage. I hope you enjoy it. Cheers to you, and as always, have a fantastic weekend. Ooh.